This is the Dino Megazord, probably one of the most famous and recognizable Megazords within Power Rangers history. But have you ever wondered what it's called in Japanese? Well, in this video I'm going to go over almost all the Power Ranger Megazords and tell you what they're called in Super Sentai. Starting with Mighty Morphin, we've got the Dino Megazord, or the Megazord, which is called Daijujin, which translates to Great Beast God. Then we've got the Dragon Zord, which is called Dragon Caesar. And then we've got Titanus, which is called King Brachion. Next up, we've got the Thunder Megazord, which is called Dairen O. And then we've got the White Tiger Zord, which is called Mythical Chi Beast Wong Tiger, or Mythical Beast King Tiger, as the word Won is Chinese for king. Moving on to season 3, we've got the Ninja Megazord, which is called Dai Shogun, and then the Shogun Zord, which is called Muteki Shogun. Moving on to Power Rangers Zeo, the Zeo Megazord was called Orange Robo, Red Battle Zord was called Red Puncher, Pyramidus was called King Pyramida, and the Super Zeo Megazord was called All Blocker. Next up, we've got Turbo. The Turbo Megazord was called RV Robo, and the Rescue Megazord was called RV Robo. Power Rangers in space, there wasn't that many changes. The Astro Megazord was called the Galaxy Mega, the Delta Megazord was called the Delta Mega, the Mega Voyager was called the Mega Voyager, and the Mega Winger was called the Mega Winger. Moving on to Lost Galaxy, the Galaxy Megazord was called the Ginga Ao, the Toro Zord was called the Heavy Star Beast Goat Tortoise, the Phoenix Galacta Beast was called the Steel Star Beast Giga Phoenix, the Rhino Galacta Beast was called the Steel Star Beast Giga Rhinos. Moving on to Lightspeed Rescue, we've got the Lightspeed Megazord called the Victory Robo, the Super Train Megazord is called the Grand Liner, the Omega Megazord is called Victory Mars Robo, Lightspeed Solar Zord is called Max Victory Robo, and the Life Force Megazord is called Max Victory Robo Black version. Alright, time for Time Force. The Transwarp Megazord was called Providus, the Time Shadow Megazord was called Time Shadow, the Quantosaurus Rex was called V-Rex, and the Shadow Force Megazord was called Time Robo Shadow Alpha. Moving on to Wild Force, the Wild Force Megazord was called Gao King, the Kongazord was called Gao Muscle, the Predazord was called Gao Hunter, and the Isis Megazord was called Gao Icarus. Okay, jumping into the Disney era. So with Ninja Storm, the Storm Megazord was called the Senpu Jin, the Thunder Megazord was called the Gao Rai Jin, the Samurai Star Megazord was called Tenk Q Jin. Alright, jumping in the Dino Thunder, the Thundersaurus was called Abaren O, the Dino Stegosaur was called Killer O, and the Mezzodino Megazord was called Max O Ja. Jumping right into SPD, the Delta Mega Squad Megazord was called Deca Ranger Robo, the SWAT Megazord was called Deca Wing Robo. And then moving right into Mystic Force, the Titan Megazord was called Magi King, the Solar Trek Megazord was called Magical Iron God Travelin, the Manticore Megazord was called Magi Legend, the Centris Wolf Megazord was called Wool Kaiser, the Centris Phoenix Megazord was called Fire Kaiser, and Bright Star was called Saint Kaiser. Driving into Operation Overdrive, the Drive Max Zord was called Dai Boken, the Dual Drive Megazord was called Dai Tankin, the Flashpoint Megazord was called the Siren Builder, and the Battle Fleet Megazord was called Burning Legend Dai Voyager. Stepping in the Jungle Fury, the Jungle Pride Megazord was called Deki Toja, and the Jungle Master Megazord was called Geki Fire. Moving into RPM, the High Octane Megazord was called Enjai Gattai Engine O, the Attack Road Megazord was called Go Rotor, and the Match Megazord was called Seikyu O. We now enter the Neo Saban era, as the Samurai Megazord was called the Shinken O, and the Light Zord was called the Dai Goyo. Jumping into Megaforce and Super Megaforce, the Gosei Great Megazord was called Gosei Great, the Gosei Grand Megazord was called Gosei Ground, and the Gosei Ultimate Megazord was called Gosei Ultimate. The Legendary Megazord was called Gokai O, and the Q-Rex Megazord was called Goju Jin. Moving into Dino Charge and Dino Supercharge, the Dino Charge Megazord was called the Kyoryu Jin, the Petra Charge Megazord was called Petra Raiden O, the Plesio Charge Megazord was called the Rocket Henkai Plesio, the Titano Charge Megazord was called Gigant Brachio, and moving into everyone's favourite season, Ninja Steel and Super Ninja Steel, the Ninja Steel Megazord was called the Shuriken Jin, the Bull Ride Megazord was called the Bison Change Bison King, the Lion Fire Megazord was called the Lion Henge Lion Ha-O, and the Ninja Blaze Megazord was called the Gekiatsu Shuriken Gattai Getsiatsu Dai-O. Okay, jumping into Beast Morphers, we're almost done here. The Beast X Megazord was called the Gorebuster Ore, the Striker Megazord was called the Buster Hercules, and the Beast X King Megazord was called LT06. And then in Dino Fury, the Dino Fury Megazord was called the Kishiryu O, and then the Mossa Razor was called the Mossa Rex, and then in Cosmic Fury, the Cosmic Fury Megazord was called the Kyuren O, and the Cosmic Fury Dragon Megazord was called the Kyutama Gate Ryo Te O. And that was almost all the Power Ranger Megazords and their Super Sentai counterparts. If I missed any of your favorites, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below. And also if I butchered any of these pronunciations or I got them wrong, also feel free to correct me as well in the comment section down below, because the algorithm really loves it when you comment on my videos, because it pushes it in the algorithm and more people see this and more people can see if they enjoy this video or not. So anyway guys, I'm going to bring this video to a close and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, take care, bye.